Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Map Making with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB. You are, of course, very, very welcome. And welcome to Duvo, working title for my second map build. First one, Merrickstowe, was quite well received, although looking back on it, there are a few things I'd change now if I were to go back and do it again. And of course, we all learn from our mistakes. And now here's a little bit here. See this little cluster of trees there? We're going to be using that a lot as a template for hedgerows. Just one little area of trees I was quite interested by, quite liked it. Just put that down there as like a little template down. We're going to copy and paste this one in using Move It, just to get at the feel of hedgerows without actually prop line tooling and without actual hedgerows. Just that combination, that pattern of trees, I felt really quite happy with. There's whole areas here that I'm going to be removing and then redoing with some like tidier, cleaner, using fewer trees as well in the process, which will be a bit of a saving by the end of the map build. Of course, here as well, this I wasn't happy with that. Felt a bit bendy, didn't really feel, just didn't feel it at all. Whereas now, straightish line there, and quite happy with that. Once again, yeah, there are gaps in there, but it's to give the inclination, the indication of fields rather than actual fields. This particular one, just to give the feel, the little zoning of the areas. Whether I do tree painting or not, field painting or not, will be a different story altogether. I don't know really, haven't got that. No, we're not going to be spending all day on this island. We've been looking at this island for a few weeks now, fleshing it out, giving a little bit more detail. But we're going to be spending some time on the main island today. Here we are, this particular island. We'll start by putting down a little bit of beach around the outside, a little bit of sand around the outside. Right, now, and a little bit, we'll be doing some foliage detailing as well. One thing that I've noticed though, I don't know whether, I can't imagine that I'd actually remove them personally, but the roads on this map, I did put down some roads just to get started so I could get a feel for it again, and they've totally disappeared. Completely gone. I don't understand, and they were, I believe they were vanilla roads as well, so it's not a question of I've unsubbed from them. I don't know, I don't get it. But it's not a problem because I really wanted to go about replacing them anyway. I wasn't that happy, and now with the parallel road tool, then that's a little extra power to my boot as well. I might as well use that as it's available. Right, now beaches. I'm just putting some sand down here. Once again, I'll be coming back later on, but I just want to give this a little bit. That's very steep there. See the way that's quite steep, and I'll come back and I'll just tidying the actual sand line as well. I don't mind a little bit of a sandbar here as well. Just a little bit of tweaking and playing with it. Yeah, now just to give you a little bit of behind the scenes and how things are coming, because I can't talk about the behind the scenes stuff during What's Map. It's like a slick machine What's Map, isn't it? It's like we go from one thing to another thing to another thing, and we mark it, and the show is over. This is a show. It gives me a chance to sort of just talk, tell you what's going on. Hi, I'm BonBon. How you doing? Right, the microphone, the new microphone that I ordered in, studio quality microphone, and yes, in this week's I did a tutorial lesson on the channel about Anarchy for the beginners, and I used a new microphone for that, and it was quite, I know, robotic, very you just didn't get a real feel for me in the sound on that. And the more I go back and more I look at it, it's a software issue. Now, the microphone is excellent, absolutely excellent, and I'm not using it right now. The sound you're here listening to now is me speaking into a Turtle Beach Gamers headset, as I have been for, well, a year now, and for the last several months I've been wearing, of course, that beanie hat over it to hold it on my head because it's actually broken. Well, the strap part that goes across the top of your head is broken anyway. And of course it's the middle of summer and I don't really want to be wearing a beanie hat while I'm talking to you guys. Now coming down picking some vegetation from my pallet over there. Yes, so anyway, yeah, wearing a beanie hat, of course, that's what I'm saying. So I'm using this mic now. The new mic, it was a bit harsh, and I spoke with my studio buddy friend, and he told me, you want to set this on your recording software, and I haven't got that particular setting. I use Camtasia, and Camtasia is great, but it does have a few bits missing that proper top-end studio recording software would have. And so he linked me up with some software online, and free software, industry standard software. And, oh, brilliant, thank you. Downloaded that, and I waited a few hours because it was a big old file, and then it failed, and then I tried again, and it downloaded. It was brilliant. Oh, great! I'm in action now. All I need to do is install it. Didn't like it on my PC. Now I don't know why. My PC, there are certain things my PC doesn't like. I've got the game Bully by Rockstar Games. It won't run on my PC, and Stranded Deep won't run on my PC, but both will very happily run on my laptop. So anyway, so this mic software, basically, long story short, I'm going to bypass the meandering tale of downloading the software and then re-downloading the software and so forth. It just doesn't want to work on my PC, which is very frustrating because it's a much better machine than my laptop. And so anyway, I've ended up downloading it onto my laptop, which is a less powerful machine, and it's still not working. Now I might say my studio friend buddy will gladly come round and help me fix this, but I just had no more time to invest in all of that, because Sundays is my recording day for shows, and if I don't record them on the Sunday, or don't start recording on the Sunday, then I run out of time, and you wonder if BonBon's alright or not. And BonBon's fine. BonBon just needs more hours in the day and a working microphone. So anyway, here I am sat with my beanie on my head, holding my headset to my ears, feeling rather foolish and very, very, very hot indeed. Alright, let's go back to maps. Yes, right, in the background, while I've been wittering on, you can see I'm just putting some lines of trees and hedges, just giving a little bit of detail onto this hill. We will come back and we will do more to it. We will be doing more to it. For now, this is just a little bit of, I don't know, flushing out. Well, you have to start somewhere. Let's put it that way. You have to start somewhere, and here is how I felt the trees would grow. We're going to put a few down here in this. There's going to be quite a few in this crevice down here as well, because there's not going to be much down there to eat away at the trees. Nobody to cut the trees down, and once again going down into these crevices as well. Now, this is where the fun begins. One of my features I had in mind here, and this didn't exactly work as I wanted it to. I wanted to flatten this out, and oops, a little bit of terrain problems there. Yes, this didn't quite work exactly as I wanted it to, even with leveling the terrain. And we end up having to use a little bit of foliage to hide the glitchiness of it, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with disguising, with masking your problems. But now, top of this hill, we are going to have a castle. You probably worked that one out. And now, we're using Move It now to get this aligned in an area that I want it to be. And it's just playing silly, as I'm moving about, playing silly beggars, moving the terrain underneath it. And that's okay. That's okay. But now you see my wall isn't level. I want my wall to be level all the way to the end, and I had a lot of difficulty getting this to behave in exactly the way I wanted it to behave. And see here, we've got this next one here. It's hovering a little bit at one end. Very frustrating. Anyway, we're just trying to grab the whole thing. Come on, grab the whole thing, BonBon. Gotcha. Perfect. And just bring that over to the edge again. It's not too bad like that. Once again, hovering at that end, and I have to lower the whole wall down, which affects the terrain elsewhere and also affects the layout of the rock detailing as well. So we'll have to come back and have a look at that later on, just to tweak it. Now I'm just putting these towers in here with the doors facing inwards, so that you can access the tower from the inside of the castle. This won't be a finished castle in the next episode. It certainly won't be finished today. There's no way this is going to be done today. But I've got an idea for the centre of the castle. It will be one of these requirements if you want the castle to look exactly right. A particular asset that I've been looking at on the workshop. I might include it, possibly. I might tweak and play about with it and just decide whether I feel that this castle needs this specific asset in the middle, or whether or not we can just get by with something plain like this. And there you go, pop that one down and it's deleted our walls. It's just gone. And look, we've got a gouge in the it's all gone badly wrong here. It's all gone very badly wrong here. But don't worry, that's just putting down one asset and the game not liking it. We'll have to work around it and replace things and try it again. Oh, the fun. You see, you think I'm an expert on these things, don't you? It's BonBonB. He's the map man, isn't he? No, he's not. He's just has struggles like the rest of us. Yeah, pop that down there. I thought that was a half-height wall then. And but no, I selected the right one. I don't know what happened with that. Now you go in there. Do not demolish my walls. Are we in? Is that connected? I think it is. I think it is, you know. I think I might have won there. And we'll just move that wall in a little bit at that end. Just a little bit. Trying to get this to behave. Yeah. Now that tower looks a lot higher than the one on the left. Bring it down, trying to get them to the same levels. Like so. See, that's now here. Now, you can see the gap underneath the bottom of that wall. And it doesn't matter what I did, I couldn't get this to behave. I think I get a little bit better. Let's trying my best. Trying as it might to try and get that to behave. Now I've got the wall disappear. Just disappeared, and it's very frustrating. I struggled. I really struggled with this. Well, we'll get that wall and we'll pop it back in the slot again. If it'll let us. Grab the whole lot in that slot. Once again, got the gap under the bottom there. In the end, you'll see I decide to cheat. It's not wanting to behave, so we'll just hide the problem with some trees. Find a slightly smaller tree, that one there. Trees on this side as well. There we are. Move that out a bit because it was clipping through the wall. And there, that's about it. Well, that's about all the time we've got for today's show, for today's map build. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Don't forget to hit that like button. You must subscribe. How could you not be subscribed already to the channel? Come back next week. We'll add a little bit more detail and a little bit more fleshing out of Duvo. You guys are the best. I'll see you very, very soon.